Universitas PGRI Semarang is located in the culturally strong Semarang City, Central Java Province, Indonesia. With these features, Semarang is a potential place for students to develop themselves. The spirit that drives Universitas PGRI Semarang is nationalism and religiosity. Nationalism is the spirit to unite the nation in the midst of cultural differences. We have 7 faculties consist of Faculty of Education. This faculty is the oldest faculty at our campus with the largest number of students. It has 3 study programs: the Guidance and Counseling Study Program, Elementary School Teacher Education, and Early Childhood Development Teacher Education. Faculty of Social Science and Sports Education. There are several points that become our focus in this faculty. First, the value of humanism as national identity. Second, physical health as a support for quality education. Third, the understanding of economic values as a pillar of human civilization. This faculty has 3 study programs: Pancasila and Citizenship Civil Education, Physical and Recreational Education, and Economic Education. Faculty of Language and Arts. This faculty provides education to generate language and art educators with pedagogical personnel, social and professional competence and competitive abilities in dealing with the current age development in order to develop themselves into professionals such as translator, newscasters, or journalists by making use of their language and artistic skills. This faculty has 3 study programs: Indonesian Language and Literature Education, English Education, Regional Language and Literature Education, Javanese Language. Faculty of Mathematics, Science, and Information Technology Education. This faculty has study programs of Mathematics Education, Biology Education, Physics Education, and Information Technology Education. The vision of this faculty is to be an excellent and distinguished faculty of Mathematics, Natural Science, and Information Technology Education by 2025. Faculty of Engineering and Informatics. Established on April 17, 2014, this faculty has 6 study programs, namely Architecture, Mechanical Engineering, Civil Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Informatics, and Food Technology. Faculty of Economic and Business. This faculty has a mission to be a faculty of economics and business that excels in the field of digital-based creative economics and business with a distinctive identity. Faculty of Law. The Faculty of Law of University of PGRI Semarang is committed to develop legal knowledge, and this is done, among others, by organizing seminars, discussions, comparative studies, and field experience practices. In order to support the teaching and learning activities, we have 4 complexes of campuses. Campus 1, located at Jalan Dr. Cipto, Jalan Lontar. This campus consists of representative and modern buildings for teaching and learning activities. This campus consists of central building, main building, student activity center, library, graduate program building, as well as a representative auditorium meeting hall for national class concerts and international seminars. Campus 2, located at Jalan Sriwijaya. This campus has a hotel available for both students and public in general, as well as a large meeting room for teacher professional training programs and various other large-scale meetings. Campus 3, located at Jalan Bendan Duo. This campus has a building for students' practices, especially mechanical and electrical engineering department students. This campus supports various activities to increase electrical, mechanical, and architecture skills. Campus 4, located at Jalan Gajah. This campus has a teaching learning building complex and sports centers including basketball, badminton, futsal, and other athletic sports activities. This campus also has a dormitory building provided for students, as well as a high school laboratory school, which was established by the Universitas PGRI Semarang. Why do you have to choose UGRIS as a place to study? We realize the importance of international relations to connect the discourse currently developing in the international world. This is where we establish a collaboration to open up opportunities for career leaders through students and lecture exchanges, credit transfer and double degree program, joint internship and research, and publication with our reputable university partners. We believe that in our fast-paced and competitive world, there are basic competencies every young generation has to possess, namely excellence and distinction. Excellence in either emotional and spiritual intelligence and the ability to retain the personality as a cultured human being. Please join UGRIS.
M.Si at a glance. Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, or M.Si, is the lone state university in La Union, Philippines. M.Si was created through Presidential Decree 1778 on January 15, 1981 by former President Ferdinand E. Marcos. Founded on the philosophy, total human development with appropriate competencies, M.Si was born from the merging of 5 former schools of La Union, namely Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State College at Bacnotan, La Union School of Arts and Trade at City of San Fernando, La Union, Community College of La Union at City of San Fernando, La Union, Southern Ilocos Polytechnic State College at Agoo, La Union, and Sapilang Elementary School at Bacnotan, La Union. The university has three major campuses, namely the North La Union campus in Bacnotan, the Mid La Union campus in San Fernando City, and the South La Union campus, which is found in the towns of Agoo, Santo Tomas, and Rosario, La Union. DIMSU also houses the Open University System, which is located in San Fernando City, La Union. DIMSU is the home of two national centers, the National Apiculture Research, Training and Development Institute, or NARTDI, and the Sericulture Research and Development Institute, or SRDI, anchored in 7 core values, namely service, productivity, excellence, commitment, innovativeness, advocacy, and leadership. DIMSU envisions to become a globally competitive university and is empowered to provide high-quality instruction, research, and extension. Its undiminished goal is to lead in transforming human resources into productive, self-reliant citizens and responsible leaders. Living with its mantra, embracing world-class standards, DIMSU is ISO certified. Through the strong leadership of the current president, Dr. Jaime E. Pacmanuel Jr., and the vice presidents, and the teamwork and commitment of all DIMSU personnel, DIMSU passed ISO 9001-2015 on November 19, 2020. The audit scope includes the provision of instruction, research, extension, and support services. Overall, 24 processes were audited. The ISO 9001-2015 certificate number 20.67.PH112906.00, originally approved on November 19, 2020, was issued on November 29, 2020. Further, on November 8 to 12, 2021, DIMSU passed the first surveillance audit and the certificate attesting that the university QMS conforms to the requirements of ISO 9001-2015, number 20.67.PH112906.01, was issued on November 29, 2021. As an affirmation of DIMSU's excellent systems in rewards and recognition, learning and development, and recruitment, selection, and performance management, the Philippine Civil Service Commission, or S.Si, conferred DIMSU with certificates of recognition. These implies that the three systems have reached maturity level 2. Also, DIMSU's North La Union campus passed the Institutional Sustainability Assessment by the Commission on Higher Education. DIMSU has 109 academic programs broken down into 13 doctorate degree programs, 31 master's degree programs, 58 baccalaureate degree programs, and 7 diploma or certificate programs. In addition, the university boasts of 20 academic programs that have been re-accredited to Level 4 status by the Accrediting Agency of Chartered Colleges and Universities of the Philippines, or AACCUP. These programs are BS Agroforestry, Bachelor of Elementary Education, BS Agribusiness Management, BS in Environmental Science, BS in Information Systems, Ph.D. in Technological Education Management, MA in Technology Education, Ph.D. in Development Administration, MDA Majors in Business Administration and Public Administration, BS Industrial Technology, BS in Hospitality Management, BS in Business Administration, Ph.D. Science Education, MA in Science Education, MA in Mathematics Education, MA in Teaching Music, MA in Guidance and Counseling, BS Mathematics, BS Biology, BS Computer Science. Likewise, 18 programs are Level 3 re-accredited, 15 are Level 2 re-accredited, and 22 are Level 1 accredited. New program offerings have also been subjected to preliminary survey visit for the assessment of their readiness for accreditation. Because of DIMSU's rigorous engagement in accreditation endeavors, DIMSU was recognized by AACCUP as top 1 in the highest number of Level 4 accredited programs in 2020, top 2 in the highest number of Level 3 accredited programs in 2020, top 3 in the highest number of Level 4 accredited programs in 2019, and top 3 in the highest number of Level 1 accredited programs in 2021. Moreover, the colleges of education, information technology, and computer science are recognized by the Commission on Higher Education as centers of development. DIMSU implements strong programs for faculty, staff, and student development. It initiates numerous trainings to upskill and cross-skill and to equip and empower its 577 faculty members and 514 non-teaching personnel. To provide a quality environment and to ensure quality processes, DIMSU continues to build state-of-the-art infrastructure projects equipped with cutting-edge tools, equipment, and machineries. In fact, DIMSU is already gearing towards becoming a smart university. As a result of quality curriculum, quality processes, and quality academic environment, DIMSU has been producing quality graduates who are among the most preferred graduates in the Philippines and abroad. What's more, DIMSU maintains excellent performances in various licensure examinations. In fact, DIMSU ratings in licensure examinations are much higher than that of the national passing rates. For the past several years, DIMSU has produced top-notchers in national board examinations in the fields of mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, agriculture, fisheries, agricultural engineering, veterinary medicine, forestry, teacher education, psychology, guidance and counseling, midwifery, and master electrician. What's more, as surveyed by the Commission on Higher Education in 2001, DIMSU ranked among the top 10 higher education institutions in the Philippines and 7th among the more than 1,000 private and public colleges and universities in the Philippines. Areas evaluated were faculty, student admission, library, academic offerings, research and extension. DIMSU was also listed in the CHED 2011 to 2016 Roadmap for Public Higher Education Reform as one of the 19 leading state universities and colleges in the Philippines. As for research, DIMSU's research program is one of the biggest programs in Northern Luzon in terms of the number of ongoing research undertaken and budget allocation. Its research commodities include fiber crops, fruit crops, beef and chevin, pork, orchids, bamboo, agroforestry, poultry, agricultural engineering, farming system, applied rural sociology, macroeconomics, purple yam, bananas, sericulture, and apiculture. In fact, DIMSU has recently been named by DOST PCAARRD as top intellectual property filer. Meanwhile, extension programs of the university are anchored in commodity-based services that create an impact on the life of the clientele in terms of productivity, profitability, and services for the enhancement of local government and non-government organizations. DIMSU Techno Pinoy, also known as Farmers Information and Technology Services or FITS, has been named by the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development as one of the country's active and functional centers. Kapihan sa DIMSU, an extension program which is aired online, has also been reaching thousands of clienteles. Acknowledged for its distinct competence, expertise, and resources, DIMSU is home to a number of special projects. These include the Sericulture Research and Development Institute, or SRDI, the National Apiculture Research, Training and Development Institute, or NARTDI, Fisheries Research and Training Institute, or FRTI, DIMSU Pig Extension and Research Farm, or DPERF, and the Philippine Carabao Center, or PCC, the Affiliated Non-Conventional Energy Center, the Metal Crafts and Innovation Center, and the Agri-Aqua Technology Incubation Center. At present, the university is sprawled on a 1,120-hectare land area, cozily splintered in 7 major units. The Central Administration, the National Apiculture Research Training and Development Institute, the Sericulture Research and Development Institute, the North La Union Campus, the Mid La Union Campus, the South La Union Campus, and the Open University System. True to its goal of transforming human resources into productive, self-reliant citizens and responsible leaders, DIMSU takes pride in its commitment in fulfilling its vital role in the country's national development.
Halo, Assalamualaikum. Ini yang dari International Office siapa?
Ukima, Bu.
Uki ya namanya.
Bisa dipanggil Kim.
Suaranya kecil, bentar. Siapa?
Kim.
Kin. Kin? Kin apa Gin?
Kim.
Kin, oke. Yang dimintai tolong Natasha ya?
Iya.
Oke. Bu Mega jadikan host, nanti kamu tak jadikan co-host ya. Ben aku WA kamu. Soalnya aku nggak punya nomormu.
Iya, siap. Nanti bisa WA ke Mbak Natasha, nggak apa-apa, Bu.
Aku dijadikan host dulu aja. Oke, terus Uki jadi co-host. Terus kamu pakai berapa device?
Pakai 2, Bu.
Pakai 2. Yang satu juga tak jadikan co-host ya. Terus videonya dari mereka kamu udah download belum? Kin, suaraku gimana? Kedengeran nggak? Jelas apa nggak jelas?
Jelas, Bu. Jelas.
Jelas. Kenceng nggak?
Kencang, cukup, tapi nggak terlalu over.
Oke. Kin, untuk presensi hari ini udah disiapkan?
Sampun, Bu.
Oke. Aku dikirim ya.
Iya, siap.
Kamu udah punya nomorku?
Belum, Bu. Ini nanti Mbak Natasha yang dikirim
Di
ke
chat
nomornya.
aja ya, di chat sini.
Iya.
Kirim kamu. Pakai nama Upgris ya. Upgris.
Iya, Bu.
Udah. Di situ ada link. Itu nomor WA aku.
Bu Mega nanti yang bantu Mbak Natasha ini ada dua, saya dan Mei-chan. Nah, itu nanti ada gantian saya dulu, habis ini Mei-chan karena habis ini saya ada membuat video bareng Humas, Bu. Jadi nanti
Ya,
diganti Mei-chan dengan Mbak Natasha nih.
Mei-chan mana Mei-chan?
Masih OTW karena ini kan dari kos dia, Bu. Jadi saya dulu yang di sini.
Oh, oke. Paling cuman nyetel video aja kok.
Iya, Bu.
Dicoba dulu bisa nggak? Saya kemarin
Oke, saya coba
bisa.
dulu.
Heeh.
Jigsaw at a glance. Jigsaw at a glance.
Universitas PGRI Semarang is located in the culturally strong Semarang City, Central Java Province, Indonesia. With these features, Semarang is a potential place for students to develop themselves. The spirit that drives Universitas PGRI Semarang is nationalism and religiosity. Nationalism is the spirit to unite the nation in the midst of culture differences. We have 7 faculties consist of Faculty of Education. This faculty is the oldest faculty at our campus with the largest number of students. It has 3 study programs: the Guidance and Counseling Study Program, Elementary School Teacher Education, and Early Childhood Development Teacher Education. Faculty of Social Science and Sports Education. There are several points that become our focus in this faculty. First, the value of humanism as national identity. Second, physical health as a support for quality education. Third, the understanding of economic values as a pillar of human civilization. This faculty has 3 study programs: Pancasila and Citizenship Civil Education, Physical and Recreational Education, and Economic Education. Faculty of Language and Arts. This faculty provides education to generate language and art educators with pedagogical personnel, social and professional competence and competitive abilities in dealing with the current age development in order to develop themselves into professionals such as translator, newscasters, or journalists by making use of their language and artistic skills. This faculty has 3 study programs: Indonesian Language and Literature Education, English Education, Regional Language and Literature Education, Javanese Language. Faculty of Mathematics, Science, and Information Technology Education. This faculty has study programs of Mathematics Education, Biology Education, Physics Education, and Information Technology Education. The vision of this faculty is to be an excellent and distinguished faculty of mathematics, natural science, and information technology education by 2025. Faculty of Engineering and Informatics, established on April 17, 2014. This faculty has 6 study programs, namely Architecture, Mechanical Engineering, Civil Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Informatics, and Food Technology. Faculty of Economic and Business. This faculty has a mission to be a faculty of economics and business that excels in the field of digital-based, creative economics and business with a distinctive identity. Faculty of Law. The Faculty of Law of University of PGRI Semarang is committed to develop legal knowledge, and this is done, among others, by organizing seminars, discussions, comparative studies, and field experience practices. In order to support the teaching and learning activities, we have 4 complexes of campuses. Campus 1, located at Jalan Dr. Cipto, Jalan Lontar. This campus consists of representative and modern buildings for teaching and learning activities. This campus consists of central building, main building, student activity center, library, graduate program building, as well as a representative auditorium meeting hall for national class concerts and international seminars. Campus 2, located at Jalan Sriwijaya. This campus has a hotel available for both students and public in general, as well as a large meeting room for teacher professional training programs and various other large-scale meetings. Campus 3, located at Jalan Bendan Duo. This campus has a building for students' practices, especially mechanical and electrical engineering department students. This campus supports various activities to increase electrical, mechanical, and architecture skills. Campus 4, located at Jalan Gajah. This campus has a teaching learning building complex and sports centers including basketball, badminton, futsal, and other athletic sports activities. This campus also has a dormitory building provided for students, as well as a high school laboratory school, which was established by the Universitas PGRI Semarang. Why do you have to choose UGRIS as a place to study? We realize the importance of international relations to connect the discourse currently developing in the international world. This is where we establish a collaboration to open up opportunities for career leaders through students and lecture exchanges, credit transfer and double degree program, joint internship and research, and publication with our reputable university partners. We believe that in our fast-paced and competitive world, there are basic competencies every young generation has to possess, namely excellence and distinction. Excellence in either emotional and spiritual intelligence and the ability to retain the personality as a cultured human being. Please join UGRIS.
Jimsu at a glance. Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, or DIMSU, is the lone state university in La Union, Philippines. DIMSU was created through Presidential Decree 1778 on January 15, 1981 by former President Ferdinand E. Marcos. Founded on the philosophy, total human development with appropriate competencies, DIMSU was born from the merging of 5 former schools of La Union, namely Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State College at Bacnotan, La Union School of Arts and Trade at City of San Fernando, La Union, Community College of La Union at City of San Fernando, La Union, Southern Ilocos Polytechnic State College at Agoo, La Union, and Sapilang Elementary School at Bacnotan, La Union. The university has 3 major campuses, namely the North La Union Campus in Bacnotan, the Mid La Union Campus in San Fernando City, and the South La Union Campus, which is sprawled in the towns of Agoo, Santa Tomas, and Rosario, La Union. DIMSU also houses the Open University System, which is located in San Fernando City, La Union. DIMSU is the home of 2 national centers, the National Apiculture Research, Training and Development Institute, or NARTDI, and the Sericulture Research and Development Institute, or SRDI, anchored in 7 core values, namely service, productivity, excellence, commitment, innovativeness, advocacy, and leadership. DIMSU envisions to become a globally competitive university and is empowered to provide high-quality instruction, research, and extension. Its undiminished goal is to lead in transforming human resources into productive, self-reliant citizens and responsible leaders. Living with its mantra, embracing world-class standards, DIMSU is ISO certified. Through the strong leadership of the current president, Dr. Jaime E. Manuel Jr., and the vice presidents, and the teamwork and commitment of all DIMSU personnel, DIMSU passed ISO 9001-2015 on November 19, 2020. The audit scope includes the provision of instruction, research, extension, and support services. Overall, 24 processes were audited. The ISO 9001-2015 certificate number 20.67.PH112906.00, originally approved on November 19, 2020, was issued on November 29, 2020. Further, on November 8 to 12, 2021, DIMSU passed the first surveillance audit and the certificate attesting that the university QMS conforms to the requirements of ISO 9001-2015, number 20.67.PH112906.01, was issued on November 29, 2021. As an affirmation of DIMSU's excellent systems in rewards and recognition, learning and development, and recruitment, selection, and performance management, the Philippine Civil Service Commission, or S.Si, conferred DIMSU with certificates of recognition. These implies that the 3 systems have reached maturity level 2. Also, DIMSU's North La Union campus passed the Institutional Sustainability Assessment by the Commission on Higher Education. DIMSU has 109 academic programs broken down into 13 doctorate degree programs, 31 master's degree programs, 58 baccalaureate degree programs, and 7 diploma or certificate programs. In addition, the university boasts of 20 academic programs that have been re-accredited to Level 4 status by the Accrediting Agency of Chartered Colleges and Universities of the Philippines, or AACCUP. These programs are BS Agroforestry, Bachelor of Elementary Education, BS Agribusiness Management, BS in Environmental Science, BS in Information Systems, Ph.D. in Technological Education Management, MA in Technology Education, Ph.D. in Development Administration, MDA Majors in Business Administration and Public Administration, BS Industrial Technology, BS in Hospitality Management, BS in Business Administration, Ph.D. Science Education, MA in Science Education, MA in Mathematics Education, MA in Teaching Music, MA in Guidance and Counseling, BS Mathematics, BS Biology, BS Computer Science. Likewise, 18 programs are Level 3 re-accredited, 15 are Level 2 re-accredited, and 22 are Level 1 accredited. New program offerings have also been subjected to preliminary survey visit for the assessment of their readiness for accreditation. Because of DIMSU's rigorous engagement in accreditation endeavors, DIMSU was recognized by AACC-UP as top 1 in the highest number of Level 4 accredited programs in 2020, top 2 in the highest number of Level 3 accredited programs in 2020, top 3 in the highest number of Level 4 accredited programs in 2019, and top 3 in the highest number of Level 1 accredited programs in 2021. Moreover, the Colleges of Education, Information Technology, and Computer Science are recognized by the Commission on Higher Education as centers of development. DIMSU implements strong programs for faculty, staff, and student development. It initiates numerous trainings to upskill and cross-skill, and to equip and empower its 577 faculty members and 514 non-teaching personnel. To provide a quality environment and to ensure quality processes, DIMSU continues to build state-of-the-art infrastructure projects equipped with cutting-edge tools, equipment, and machineries. In fact, DIMSU is already gearing towards becoming a smart university. As a result of quality curriculum, quality processes, and quality academic environment, DIMSU has been producing quality graduates who are among the most preferred graduates in the Philippines and abroad. What's more, DIMSU maintains excellent performances in various licensure examinations. In fact, DIMSU ratings in licensure examinations are much higher than that of the national passing rates. For the past several years, DIMSU has produced top-notchers in national board examinations in the fields of mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, agriculture, fisheries, agricultural engineering, veterinary medicine, forestry, teacher education, psychology, guidance and counseling, midwifery, and master electrician. What's more, as surveyed by the Commission on Higher Education in 2001, DIMSU ranked among the top 10 higher education institutions in the Philippines and 7th among the more than 1,000 private and public colleges and universities in the Philippines. Areas evaluated were faculty, student admission, library, academic offerings, research and extension. DIMSU was also listed in the CHED 2011 to 2016 Roadmap for Public Higher Education Reform as one of the 19 leading state universities and colleges in the Philippines. As for research, DIMSU's research program is one of the biggest programs in Northern Luzon in terms of the number of ongoing research undertaken and budget allocation. Its research commodities include fiber crops, fruit crops, beef and chevin, pork, orchids, bamboo, agroforestry, poultry, agricultural engineering, farming system, applied rural sociology, macroeconomics, purple yam, bananas, sericulture, and apiculture. In fact, DIMSU has recently been named by DOST PCAARRD as top intellectual property filer. Meanwhile, extension programs of the university are anchored in commodity-based services that create an impact on the life of the clientele in terms of productivity, profitability, and services for the enhancement of local government and non-government organizations. DIMSU Techno Pinoy, also known as Farmers Information and Technology Services or FITS, has been named by the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development as one of the country's active and functional centers. Kapihan sa DIMSU, an extension program which is aired online, has also been reaching thousands of clienteles. Acknowledged for its distinct competence, expertise, and resources, DIMSU is home to a number of special projects. These include the Sericulture Research and Development Institute, or SRDI, the National Apiculture Research, Training and Development Institute, or NARTDI, Fisheries Research and Training Institute, or FRTI, Dimsu Pig Extension and Research Farm, or DPERF, and the Philippine Carabao Center, or PCC. The Affiliated Non-Conventional Energy Center, the Metal Crafts and Innovation Center, and the Agri-Aqua Technology Incubation Center. At present, the university is sprawled on a 1,120-hectare land area, cozily splintered in 7 major units. The Central Administration, the National Apiculture Research, Training and Development Institute, the Sericulture Research and Development Institute, the North La Union Campus, the Mid La Union Campus, the South La Union Campus, and the Open University System. True to its goal of transforming human resources into productive, self-reliant citizens and responsible leaders, Dimsu takes pride in its commitment in fulfilling its vital role in the country's national development.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? Nice to meet you all. In the lecture series in Computing Discipline Session 2. We wish you a good day and welcome. Dear Association Professor Novita, M.Si, M.Nat.Sc, and Ph.D, and Miss Excel Cabrera. Lecturers and students from PGRI Semarang University, and lecturers and also students from Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University. And all participants who have joined the event this afternoon. On today's occasion, let me introduce myself. My name is Putri Anggi, who will guide the course of the today's seminar until finish. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start the event, let me introduce our presenter today. Our first presenter today is Association Professor Novita, M.Si, M.Nat.Sc, Ph.D. His current position, apart from being lecturer in informatics in Universitas PGRI Semarang, she also served as head of international affairs UPT KUI Upgris. Her education start from bachelor in Satya Wacana Christian University, Indonesia, master degree in Kwansei Gakuin University, Japan, and doctor in Kwansei Gakuin University, Japan. Experience, she is the head of Science and Technology Research Center of Universitas PGRI Semarang, a visiting lecturer of the Asian Institute of Cambodia in 2018, and Kwansei Gakuin University postdoctoral fellow and postdoctoral fellow in Chonbuk National University. Her latest work is article that is published in Scopus Q1, which is about color coordination of emerald on CIE color space based on first principle calculation published in optical material. And then our second
presenter today is Miss Cabrera, Miss S.Si Cabrera from Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, Philippines. She also served as a research facilitator and QA facilitator, College of Information System. Her education starts from bachelor in information management, the M.Nat.Sc and NLUC. And then she got her master degree from information technology, the M.M.Sc, MLUC. Then the doctor degree is also from Information Technology Technological Institute of the Philippines. Okay. The publication and papers, the latest one is presented in IEEE Symposium on Computer Application and Industrial Electronics, Malaysia. And she's a member of Philippine Center of Excellence for Professional Advancement, also Association of Educators for Interrelated Research and Studies. Okay, these are CV of our speakers this afternoon. Before we get the main event, namely the presentation of our two speakers, I will explain the rules of our seminar this afternoon. Each speaker has 45 minutes to present their paper, and then there are 15 minutes for question and answer. Those who want to ask question can raise hand or write in the chat room. For the question in the chat room, I will read it for you. Okay. Okay. Without prolonging the time, the next event is a presentation from Miss Mega Novita, entitled with utilizing machine learning to develop posters. Okay. Please, Miss Mega, you can present your paper.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Putri Anggi. Am I audible to you? Can you hear my voice?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so today I would like to greet our friends from DIMSU, Dr. Roda, Dr. Axel, who will give a presentation after me. So I'll be the first today. Dr. Roda, how are you?
Hello, Dr. Mega.
It's good to see you here again, and thank you for organizing this event. Along with the lecturers, students here, we have here 120. Yeah, it's good number. And yeah, as I've been mentioned by Dr. Anggi, today we'll talk about machine learning. So let me share my PowerPoint. Okay. So this is a little bit introduction. Even Dr. Anggi has introduced me a little bit. So I am now serves as head of international affairs. This is a new appointment. Actually, it was 31st March, just last month. So now I belong to the unit Pelaksana Teknis Kerjasama dan Urusan Internasional Universitas PGRI Semarang. So before I was graduated from Universitas Kristen Satawacana. It is a private university, and I was graduated both double degree in 1 year in Universitas Kristen Satyawacana for my master course, and then 1 year after that I went to Japan to obtain my master's degree also there. So after that, in 2015, I obtained my PhD degree in the same university, and 1 year I spent for postdoctoral fellows in South Korea, and then 1 year also postdoctoral again in Japan. And after that, I returned to my home country to get my assistant professor. Then 1 year after that, I was appointed as the head of Science and Technology Research Center. It was in a LPPM, which is a center that works on for research and community service. And last year, I was appointed as an associate professor, and just last month, I was appointed as the head of international affairs. So same like Dr. Rhoda. Then yesterday, I also did my opening speech in this lecture series, but today I changed the role to be the one of the speakers of today's lectures. You can contact me here. This is my QR code of my website, and then here is my email address and also my WhatsApp number. I know that in Philippines, people also familiar with WhatsApp, so you can contact me anytime, anywhere with WhatsApp easily. And I will show you, this is a picture of me with my students, my lovely students. I'm proud of them. And also a picture of my colleagues. Yeah, my colleagues. So yesterday's speaker was Bu Nora. Bu Nora is the back one here with yellow hijab. And the other two speakers for tomorrow and the day after tomorrow are the boys here, males here, yeah. So we are in the same department, in informatics department. And the front left here is our head of department. So I hope he's here also today. And during the pandemic, as we know, everyone was having a hard time to overcome, to struggle with the pandemic, COVID-19. And what I did is also, I think almost the same with everyone here. We couldn't go to office, we couldn't go to school, and we just stay at home and doing online course, online lectures, and same with me. So in 2020, I published 3 papers in quartile 1 journals. And then in 2021, 2 papers. And in 2022, I published 1 paper in Q1 journal plus 6 papers in Web of Science journals. So yeah, I was organizing a conference in October 2022, and me and my friends, my colleagues, we worked together and published these all papers. Then also you can check me on my Google profile, Google Scholar profiles, and you can write my name, Mega Novita, and UGRIS or Universitas PGRI Semarang, and you can find me there. So here is the citation. Now I got 300 something, and with H index is 9, I index is 8. And this is the Scopus profile. My Scopus profile, I have 200 documents, 34 documents with H index 7. And I also one of the reviewer of Elsevier. Elsevier is a publisher, which is a very reputable publisher in this world. Elsevier is number 1, and then MDPI, and then Wiley, you know already, I think. And the journals are Computational Condensed Matter, Environmental Challenges, and Optical Materials. Then in MDPI, I also serve as a reviewer for Applied Sciences, Energies, Minerals, and also Processes. And in Universitas PGRI Semarang, I also the head of editor-in-chief of a journals. It's called Advanced Sustainable Science, Engineering and Technology, or we abbreviated it as ASSET. So it's now ranked 3 in national accreditation, Indonesian accreditation. The scope is about biology application, chemistry application, mechanical engineering application, physics application, informatics technology application, computer engineering also, electrical engineering, mathematics, pharmacy, statistics. So in this event, I also want to offer you, if you have a good paper, if you have good writings, you can submit your writings, your articles to our journals. So I think it's cheap because it's only about less than $100. Less than $100, you can say $50 to publish a paper in our journal. So please submit your paper as soon as possible. We have 2 issues for April and October. So here is the deadline, March 30 and September 30. Actually, if you want to study abroad or you want to get scholarship, this is very, very important to get academic articles published in a good publisher. So this is your chance. Fine. Okay. This is the title of my talk of today. It's about utilizing machine learning, ML, to develop phosphors. So actually, this is the work that I collaborate with my colleague in India. He's Dr. Alok. He's working now in Galgotias University, and unfortunately, he couldn't attend this event today. But yeah, I will show you later. So actually, I'm a chemist, but I'm also working with some IT researchers like Dr. Alok and some other people also. So here I would like to introduce to you the development of lighting sources. In the early centuries, we used candle. So we know already. And over 150 years ago, after electricity was invented by Thomas Alva Edison, then we use incandescent lamps. After 60 and 80 years later, we use fluorescent lamp or neon lamp. And after that, until present, we use light emitting diode or LED. This is the structure of a light bulb. So the electricity goes to this filament and goes to the wire like this. And then actually this kind of lamp is inefficient, not effective, not efficient, because only 40% of the electricity is converted into the light. So the rest are just converted into the heat. That's why when you use a light bulb for some times, and then you will see heat generates in the lamp. Then this is the structure of the fluorescent lamps. There is a tube, long white tube, and inside the tube there is a liquid mercury. Liquid mercury, which is very toxic and which is very dangerous to human health. It can cause cancer. It can cause mortality also. And if we open up the LED lamps, we can see the structure into like this. Okay, maybe you have experience, like you ever try open up the LED lamps, you will see a structure like there are many squares, little squares, yellow little squares like this. The number of yellow little square will present how many watt is the lamp. Okay, so it depends on how many square in this structure. The color is yellow like this. But if we see carefully, inside the small square yellow chip, we will see there is a blue LED inside here, cover up with yellow phosphor. So the blue LED chip will emit blue light and then convert it into white light by the yellow phosphor, like this. So we got bluish white LED, white light, bluish white light, because of the yellow. So actually, what is the phosphor? As I mentioned in the title, a phosphor is any material that, when exposed to a radiation, emits visible light. This is different with the phosphor that you obtain from spinach. This is different. Phosphor from spinach, we got this with P atom in periodic table, but in this case a phosphor is any material that when exposed to radiation emits visible light. So here I show you some example of phosphor. We have red phosphor here, yttrium oxide, europium 3 plus, and also green lanthanum phosphide with cerium 3 plus, terbium 3 plus, and also blue barium, magnesium, aluminum oxide doped with europium 2 plus. So if we see in the normal condition, in the room temperature, we see the structure is just like sugar or salt. Yeah, the same. But when we put them under some irradiation, for example, ultraviolet light in 254 nanometer, then what happened is the color is changed. So the previously shown like sugar color, we will see a red from the left side, and then green in the middle, and then blue color from the barium, magnesium, aluminum oxide with doped with the europium 2 plus. And this is the spectrum of the current white LED devices. So the right structure here, right picture, it is the same picture as the picture that I shown before, but in the spectrum, if we see carefully, there is a high absorbance in the blue region, which originating from the blue LED chip, and also the white or broad absorption in the yellow region. This is originating from yttrium aluminum oxide doped with cerium 3 plus. This is from the yellow phosphors. If we compare this spectrum with the daylight spectrum, actually the current white LED is not as good as daylight spectrum. So the aim when we make a lamp is we want to create a lamp that mimics the daylight spectrum, like the sun. We want to make a lamp like sunlight. Okay, then we will see here red component is needed because as we compare this very low absorbance in the red region. Therefore, the current white LED device produces pseudo-white light with CCTL more than 4000 Kelvin, CRI around 70 to 80. I will explain this later. So actually there are two types of color characteristics, subtractive and additive. Subtractive is when we put all colors and then we start with white and end with black. This is the principles of pigments like coloring, paint. So when we put all colors, we paint all colors, we got black. But in the case of additive characteristic, this is the optical characteristic of radiation or light, sunlight, for example. When we put all colors, we will see white color. This is different. So left side is subtractive, and then the right side is additive color. So why when you mix all of the paints together, you just get dark brown or black? Why not white? So this is because we have two different characteristics here. Okay, so actually when you see the sky, why the sky is white at noon time, and then why the sky is reddish or orange when we see sunset or sunlight. So actually this is because the difference in wavelength when you see a difference between position of Earth and Sun. So the LED lighting sources, the history, actually there are many kinds of LED lamps, LED lights. In 1962, Nick Holonyak invented the red LED for the first time. And then after that, 1972, George Crawford invented the yellow LED in yellow LED 1972. And after that, the blue LED chip was invented in 1993 by Shuji Nakamura. He is from Japan. And normally, ideally, if we want to make white LED, then we have to mix all of this color, because you remember what I explained before, the color mixing principles. When we put all colors, red, green and blue, we will obtain white color. So actually this is the ideal way to create a white LED device. But the problem is, if we use all of this LED color, the price will be very, very expensive. That's why researchers are now substituting or replacing this LED, for example, the red and yellow LED with phosphorus, because when we use phosphor, the price will be much more cheaper. Okay, so there are here right below picture the LED base lamp, and then LED plus phosphor base. You can use one phosphorus, you can use three phosphors, you can use four phosphors, or in the case of A, dichromatic white source, B is trichromatic white source, and then C, tetrachromatic white source. So the red phosphor in the LED should have strong absorption in the blue and high conversion efficiency, strong emission in the shorter wavelength, and high stability against chemical, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and moisture, excellent thermal stability, and also small and uniform particle size. So as I mentioned before, red components are required. Okay. The blue LED will be coated with the yellow and red phosphor. This one is the most easiest way, because this will be cheaper and simpler compared to mixing the all color LED. So the blue LED will emit blue light and then convert it into ideal white light by the yellow and red phosphor. Then the color quality and brightness of the lamp itself will be depending on the chromaticity coordinates. There are the parameters: correlated temperature, CCT, color rendering index, CRI, and then luminous efficacy, LE, and then quantum efficiency, QE. So I will explain about this later. The quality of white LED lamps, the color coordinate is expressed in such a way, all colors in this region like this, and then in the middle is the color rendering index. When you see the low CRI, the color or figure quality is not as good as high CRI index. And then the right side is the color temperature expressed in Kelvin. Okay, and then color coordinate usually specify the appearance of an object to human eye. Then the color rendering capability is the ability of a light source to show the true color of an object, while the color temperature is the temperature of the filament, incandescent lamp in this case, or the emitted light, in this case fluorescence or LED lamps, not the actual temperature or of the surface. So the color temperature is not the heat emits from the lamp, not the heat. Actually, the color temperature that will be measured from the light, not the appearance, not the surface. So this is the color temperature. We compare many lamps here, basic LED references samples. Below here is incandescent lamp with 2700 Kelvin, and then higher the color temperature with 7000 Kelvin. So basically we want to have more than 3000 Kelvin lamps here, around 5000, because this is the ideal, like sunlight. In the color Kelvin temperature scale chart, You see here 1900 is about candle, and then high pressure lamps above, warm white lamp, incandescent halogen, and then also direct sunlight is about 4800 Kelvin. So we want to have around here 4800, and then cloud sky is around 6000, and then cool white. The current LED is about this 7000. But this is not proper color that we want, bluish color. The current LED has bluish color, so we want it to be ideal white light, like direct sunlight. And this is the comparison between the color temperature, natural white light with 5000 Kelvin. When we see an apple into our human eye, we will see just right light. But if the artificial white light, an apple, you put it under the artificial white light, for example, a lamp, then it's under 5000 Kelvin. Then what we get is a little bit orange because this is low CRI index. Okay, this is another description about different CRI index. Left side we have CRI around 100, but right side we have 70. So when we have a CRI index close to 100, then that means the color reproduced by the lamp is closer to the direct sunlight, close to the real color. Okay, so when we have a less CRI index, that means the quality of the light is not good, not proper one. Then this is the architectural lighting system modules. Actually, it depends on when and how we want to use the light. For example, warm white light we will use in restaurants, hotels, lobbies, boutiques, homes, and then white here, libraries. If we want to work in our desks, in libraries, in our laboratorium, then we want white light. And then neutral here, showrooms, bookstores, office areas. Then cool white light. This is also we can use in hospitals, but some people prefer use warm white light as in home or in the restaurant also, because it feels more cozy, more homey. Okay, and here I show the comparison between the daylight spectrum, incandescent spectrum, cool white LED, and then also here the fluorescence light bulbs. So the ideal white light we want is like daylight here. So all spectrum, they have the absorbance here, like all colors we have. But in incandescent lamps, you see the high peak, high spectrum only in the red region. And cool white LED, we have only a high peak in the blue region, but fluorescent light bulbs is close to daylight. They have blue, green, yellow, red region. But the problem is, as I mentioned before, fluorescence lamp or neon lamps is not safe because it contains toxic mercury vapor. So it will be having health effect to our body for sometimes usage. Then this is the luminous efficacy, LE. What is lumen and luminous flux? Lumen is regarded as light output or brightness. So sometimes you will see how many lumens. It depends also how many watt that we use. So you see here lumen, negative, here low lumen, and then more brighter with high lumen. This is watt also. Oil lamp, and then 16 for light bulb, fluorescent lamps, and then LED. In the right picture, we also compare here incandescent bulb, so fluorescent tube, and then high pressure sodium vapor lamp, halogen lamps, white LED, and white OLED. So as you see here, white LED has the highest lumen. So as expected, actually LED is the most promising lamps that we can use to save the energy, to save the planet. So when people see or UN says we have to now project of green economy, so this is the solution for the green economy. We have to use low energy consumption of lamps. So we can imagine how many unit of areas that use LED lamps, so we can reduce the cost of electricity. The quantum efficiency, or QE, here LED efficiency, we want high efficiency. That means we converted electricity into all energy for lamps. So the higher the efficiency is, so the better the lamp's quality will be. The key performance metrics for general illumination actually will be determined by high quantum efficiency, more than 70%, resistance to the thermal, quenching, ideally more than 80% of the luminescence, intensity should be retained at 450 Kelvin, and high color quality at, for example, a low CCT of maybe less than 3000 Kelvin, and a high CRI index, more than 70. Then here is also a comparison of blue LED plus yellow phosphors, and this below we have a near ultraviolet LED plus RGB phosphors. That means we have all phosphors here, all color phosphors. We got the intensity for spectrum is higher in the blue region, and then broad peak in the yellow region. And in the second types of lamp, we have all colors, which is similar with the sunlight spectrum. So we got the chromaticity coordinates like in the right side. So the circle here, actually the color imitates like a little bit bluish color, but the square dots here, it actually imitates the sunlight spectrum. So actually this square dots is what we want. Alexandra, can you please not doing annotate? Thank you. So we have here periodic table. Alexandra, Kate, do you want to ask something? Okay, I will continue. Then periodic table of C elements. Here we have, so I know maybe you're not interested in this, but this is actually important. There are many types of elements, many types of compounds that we can use as the red components, red compounds to be used in the white LED device. So there are too many probabilities. So the combination of ion and crystal compounds, actually there are too many. Trial and error experiments, time consuming and cost highly. That's why simulation using computer, this is a combination of chemistry, physics, math, and computer are required. That's why here computing science or data science is very, very important. Then okay, clear. So the research hierarchy here, I show you, this is industry, and then left side will be the experimentalists, and then right side will be for the theories, and the academic levels will be in the middle below. Then actually there are many people doing experiment, and only few people doing for industry with research, also academic. But this is our chance, because many experimentalists, they don't know how to do computations. So this is our chance. That's why we are here to do the calculation, which can help the experimentalists, which can help the industrial people to find as soon as possible what is the red component suitable for LED device. So basically, when we try to find a good material for LED component as a red phosphors, we use a method software. It's called DVME. DVME actually developed by Professor Ogasawara in Kwansei Gakuin University. He was my teacher. He was my supervisor when I was student for master and doctor courses, and he was also a student from Professor Adachi in Kyoto University. So Professor Adachi was developed DVX alpha method, but also he was a student of Professor Ellis from Northwestern University. So from DV method to DVX alpha method and then to DVMA method. Here are the developer. A software DVMA, discrete variational multi-electron, is a tool to determine the spectral characteristics of materials. But the problem is, because we have so many materials to be examined, then we have very limited time, so we cannot do it like one by one. That's why we need more powerful tools. So the discrete variational multi-electron method actually available in two versions. The first version is for the non-relativistic DVMA method. This is usually for transition metal ions based component phosphors, and the second method is a relativistic DVMA method. This is usually for rare earth materials. So we want to combine this using machine learning, ML. So machine learning is said as a subject of artificial intelligence that is mainly concerned with the development of algorithms which allows a computer to learn from the data and past experiences on their own. The term machine learning was first introduced by the Arthur Samuel in 1959. Machine learning is a growing technology which enables computers to learn automatically from the past data. Machine learning uses various algorithms for building mathematical models and making predictions using historical data or information. So human says, I can learn everything automatically from experiences. Can you learn machine? Yeah, I can also learn from past data with the help of machine learning. So how does machine learning work actually? Machine learning system learns from historical data, builds the prediction models, and whenever it receives new data, predicts the output for it. So the accuracy of the predicted output depends on the amount of data. As the huge amount of data helps to build a better model which predicts the output more accurately. So we have to put more data, huge data, to get the more accurate prediction. With the help of sample historical data, which is known as training data, machine learning algorithms build a mathematical model that helps in making predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed. Machine learning brings computer science and statistics together for creating predictive models. Machine learning constructs or uses the algorithms that learns from historical data. Suppose we have a complex problem where we need to perform some predictions. So instead of writing a code for it, we just need to feed the data to generate algorithms. And with the help of these algorithms, machine builds the logic of as per the data and predict the output. Machine learning has changed our way the thinking of about the problem. Here is the classification of machine learning. There are supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. The supervised learning is a type of machine learning method in which we provide sample, label data to the machine learning system in order to train it. And on that basis, it predicts the outputs. On the other hand, the unsupervised learning is the opposite. Okay, and reinforcement learning here is feedback-based learning method in which learning agents gets a reward from each right actions and gets a penalty for each wrong actions. So this is the explanation for support vector machine or SVM. This is actually some of algorithms that we use usually to in the machine learning method. Yeah. So, super vector machine (SVM) it constructs hyperplanes in multidimensional feature space. The pro high accuracy avoids overfitting independent of the number of features, and cons weak in handling mixed data types. Training speed is less. And here is the explanation about the artificial neural networks (ANN). It is hidden layers of neurons are utilized to connect inputs and outputs. Pro is resistant towards noisy data, can deal with nonlinear and dynamic relationship among variables. Cons is difficulty in interpretation. Performance is dependent on the size of hidden layer, or we call it as a data set. And this is the Bayesian network, BN. It's a graphical model that encodes probabilistic conditional relationship among variables. Pro, time taken for training is less, and cons, inability to deal with high dimensional data, decrease in performance with growing data. And here also is the decision tree, DT. It constructs well-defined true or false queries in the form of a tree structure. Pro, resistant to noise, high performance with relatively small computational effort, and cons, difficulty while dealing with high-dimensional data. Overfitting is much more likely happen. And here is the explanation for support vector regression, or SVR. It is based on the computation of a linear regression function in a multidimensional feature space where the input data are mapped via a nonlinear function. Pro high prediction accuracy, computational complexity is independent of the dimensionality of the input data. Cons, feature ranking, graphs that show relative importance of feature is difficult. Then here is the explanation for logistic regression, or LR. It fits data to a sigmoidal S-shaped logistic curve. Pro can handle nonlinearity. Output is interpreted as a probability, and hence a wide range of applications are possible. Cons, large sample size is needed in order to achieve stable results. So actually there are many kinds of machine learning, and here I will only introduce to you machine learning with Weka. It constructs hyperplanes in multidimensional feature space. Pro high accuracy avoids overfitting. Same. Then here also some of paper that I want to show you, that here in the IAP conference series is a conference proceedings, recent application of discrete variational multi-electron method by Professor Ogasawara. In his paper, he examined cluster with C4V symmetry. Actually, in order to predict the LED red phosphors, we have here 4 parameters to consider: DZA, DXY, DZP, and also theta here. In this case, right side picture, it shows the result of emission that fixed for the cluster with DXY is fixed, and theta also fixed. The other, like DZA, DZP, are changed accordingly. So you can imagine we have 625 models here and predict here. Then we obtain the theoretical energy for the first excited states here, and the predicted energy of the first excited, the horizontal and the vertical lines. You got here very beautiful lines, coefficient here, correlation is very nice, close to 1. And here is another paper from his students. He predicted the F.D transition energy for praseodymium 3 plus in fluorides with machine learning. Left side is this for a simple DVMA calculation, and then the right side a DVMA calculation plus machine learning. We obtain very nice picture, very nice correlation coefficient, 0.97 compared to before it was 0.8669. Okay, and then here is the emission energy. Now before was the absorption energy, and this one for emission energy. We got very nice picture. Again, for the correlation coefficient before it was 0.35, and after machine learning we got it into 1. And then another students also predicted the FT transition energy for europium 2 plus with machine learning, also with WEKA, with linear regression algorithms. We got here improvement, the same as before, with this for oxides host crystals. Then here also for the emission energy, we got very nice data again. And this one is the picture when we compare garnets, nitrites, oxybase compounds, and others. So what we want to have is a material that have CRI more than 70 for the vertical lines. For the horizontal lines, we want to have around 3000 or 4000 Kelvin. So here we indicated with circles material composition near to the search space. So they are the materials that we want. Then here also the silicates and borates. So you know here there are so many compounds that we expect to calculate, but by doing single DVMA method it's impossible. That's why machine learning is very effective in this case. So in conclusions, in doing computation using machine learning, first a collection of data like lambda, excitation, emission, CCT, CRI, luminescent efficiency, quantum efficiency, all other parameters, sensitive parameters. Choose search space in which region that we want, and then select the algorithms. We can choose DT, SVM, ANN, or Bayesian or regression, and then we got the data, and then the training set. When we put so many data, more data is better. More data, and then processing data, and then we got a cluster identification, experimentation, validation, and then test set again, looping to validation set, and then processing. So repeated steps in this case. I think that's all of today's talk. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to write them down in the chat box, or you can raise your hand and ask me directly. Thank you very much. So I have to hand over to Dr. Anggi.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Miss Mega, for your presentation. I think your research is very important for us. But before I will check the chat room. Is there any question? No, if not yet, I will ask one question for you, if you don't mind.
Yes, sure.
Okay. Okay. Where do you think the direction of your research can be used in applied science? Because I don't really understand as civil engineering.
Okay. Okay, well, it's very nice to have your questions. Actually, this my topic is about application for IT. So data science, as our talk here, computing disciplines. So it's all about the computational within the data science. And as I give you the introduction in the first part, actually this will be useful when we want to develop a LED. Okay, but in the case of civil engineering, you use a LED for architecture and then designing, or how can I say, like designing interior, which lamps proper to use. But actually, what I want to say is the problem for researchers in our field is now having hard time to find a solution to improve the quality of LED. So in brief, the current LED device is not as bright as fluorescent lamps or neon. So neon lamps is a good quality. It has good quality. So what we want to do is now improving the LED quality as good as the fluorescent lamps. But the problem is we cannot use fluorescent lamp. It's because fluorescent lamps contain toxic materials, that is mercury, which is very dangerous to our health, human health. So that's why we want to replace fluorescent lamps. We want to use LED in all appliances, in home lighting, in all interior design, in all devices. So in other devices, now we use screen, a laptop, screen for smartphone, and then indicators for electronic devices in magic warmer, rice cooker, refrigerator, and then everything. Or we use in the pointer in the airport, exit sign, everything they use LED now. The first is because this kind of lamp is very efficient, very small consumption of energy, and second, this is very safe. So what I call is green solution. Green economy is because it will save you your money, your bill, electricity bill, and then it's safe for environment. It's because it doesn't have any toxic mercury. That's why this improvement is very important. The problem that we face now is researcher having hard time, because when we try one compound, one material, one atom, one unsur, this will cost a lot. This will cost a lot. Then you can imagine there are thousands materials that we can potential to apply in LED device. We don't know which one. Then the problem is we don't have money, we don't have time to search one by one. That's why machine learning is expected to help us. But the problem is we work alone, separately. Science, in my case, like engineering part, we just work ourselves. And IT department, IT people, they just do by themselves with machine learning and do it like expecting for dollar currency, because I think dollar currency is more interesting to them because it's related to money. But actually this is another expertise and another areas that IT people can apply your knowledge to help people, to help the world, to save the energy, to overcome this situation like global problem. You got my point?
Okay, great explanation from you, I think. Now I a little bit understand more
Okay.
than before. Okay, okay. Thank you
So
for
we hope like a multidisciplines
yeah,
collaboration. I think is a
yeah.
more appropriate word to discuss about this, because we cannot do it alone. That's our problem. So
Yeah.
that's why I need help from people, from lecturers, from students who attend this conference.
Okay, nice, nice, nice. Okay, thank you for your presentation, Miss Mega Novita. Next, I will introduce you. We will listen to the presentation from Miss Excel Cabrera entitled Data Encryption Based on an Enhanced RC5 Algorithm. Please, Miss Cabrera.
Thank you, Dr. Putri Agi. Am I audible?
Yes, sure.
Okay, thank you so much. So allow me to share my screen. Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. So I'm going to talk about data encryption based on enhanced RC5 algorithm. So RC5 algorithm is a security algorithm. So later on, I'm going to discuss it further. But before we are going to discuss about the enhanced version of the RC5 or the RONS code algorithm, allow me to discuss to you the two fundamental questions for this presentation. The first one is, what is encryption? So basically, encryption is the process of converting our plain text into ciphertext, or let me discuss this process through our diagram. So we have here our plain text. So our plain text is, here's my private data. So it will undergo a certain algorithm. So we will have here the encryption process, and then we have the secret key. And then this process will produce what we call as ciphertext. So actually, ciphertext is just, a bunch of characters that doesn't mean anything. So we were able to conceal our plain text using the encryption algorithm. Now, of course, encryption has an opposite operation. So when we say opposite operation, it is the direct counterpart of the encryption. This process is what we call as decryption. So it's just, converting our ciphertext back to our plain text. So it's like this one in the diagram. I hope you guys can see the diagram, the movements in the diagram. But it is also important to know that both encryption and decryption, you must use the same key material or secret key. So always remember that in encryption, the key material or secret key should be by all means be a secret. So do not share the secret key. So I always protect the key in the security algorithm. Now that we've explained what the encryption is all about, let's go to the second fundamental question, which is, why do we need to encrypt data? So actually, information privacy is the main contribution of cryptography or security algorithms. This means that unauthorized access cannot derive useful information about the exchange message or data, as well as it conceals important information from possible intruders. In other words, it secures the communication between two entities. These entities can be the sender and the receiver. So it basically just protects the communication between the two. So of course, why do we need to encrypt the data? We need to encrypt our data for security purposes. Now, why do we need to secure our data? Again, we need to keep our data secure to keep us from possible hackers that can steal our information or data, in which they can use to embezzle money from us, or worse, they can extort money from our friends, our family, using our information. And of course, we don't want that to happen. So securing our data is very essential. As a matter of fact, data security never gets old in the computing society. So back then and now, we are still thriving to protect our data. So now let's talk about my motivation, why I choose to modify RC5 algorithm. So most cryptography or security algorithms have series or combinations of mathematical formula. So these algorithms are computationally expensive. So what do we mean to say computationally expensive? Computationally expensive process requires a lot of memory and power requirements from the devices, or from the things that you must use in order to secure the data. So given these constraints, some researchers have suggested the conversion of popular cryptography algorithms such as AES into its lightweight version. When we say lightweight version, they only requires limited amount of data or limited memory and power resources. So of course, in doing this, there are trade-offs. The speed, the performance, or the security might suffer. So in my readings and research, I came across a particular study that suggested the use of RC5 algorithm as possible cipher solution for devices with low power and memory resources, such as mobile phones, RFIDs, smart card, NFCs, and other similar algorithms, or other similar technology, should I say. But of course, like other algorithms, there is still a downside for the RC5 algorithm. What is that? So RC5 algorithm still suffers from slower speed compared to other symmetric algorithms. And this is where the enhanced RC5 algorithm comes in. So let me discuss to you the enhanced RC5 algorithm. So it has three main processes, just like the original RC5 algorithm. It has first key expansion. Second, we have the encryption. And then the third is we have decryption. Okay, so please allow me to discuss again the process through the use of diagram. Okay, so this diagram shows the key expansion of the enhanced RC5 algorithm. So in here, the algorithm uses the system date and system time of the device you are using, and then that will become the source key. Okay, so basically in this process, we are going to expand the key. So we cannot just use the system date and system time as our secret key, because that is easily that can be easily guessed. Okay, so let's try to hide, or let's try to expand this source key by adding random number. Take note, this random number is generated by the algorithm itself. So once that we add this random number to our source key, it will produce these sets of numbers. So that will be our level 1 expansion output. So this output will be used to our level 2 expansion, in which we are going again to the algorithm will choose a random number to be added in these sets of numbers. So take note, guys, that we have 2 levels of expansion in our key expansion. So we have level 1 and then we have level 2. Okay, so in this part, we again have an output. So level 1 has an output, level 2 has an output. Now we are ready to produce our key material. So how are we going to do that? So we can use the level 1 output, and then we will combine it to our level 2 output, and we will again combine the length of the source key. So the length of our source key comes from our system date and time. So at the end of this process, we are now able to produce our key material. So once we finish this one, the key material will be used to our next process, which is the encryption process. Okay, so this is the encryption process. It has different activities. We have three. Number one is the pre-processing of plain text. The second one is the division of the plain text or the pre-processed text, and then we have the block XOR swapping. Okay, so I hope you guys can see the diagram. So we have the first one, the pre-processing of plain text. So the key material, this is our key material. I hope you can see my cursor. This is our key material, and then our plain text can be our password or can be RFID number, and so on, anything that we wanted to encrypt. So our password or RFID tags will be XORed to our key material. Remember our key material, right? It's a series of numbers. Okay, and then it will produce this pre-processed text. Now this pre-processed text, this one, will be divided into two, the left division and the right division. Okay, so as you can see in the diagram, the left division has its own sets of bitwise operation in order to conceal the information. And then the right division also has sets of bitwise operations to conceal the contents of the blocks. Okay. So what are the bitwise operations used in the encryption? We have XOR. So this is the symbol. We have the left circular shift. We have the right circular shift and the ones complement. I hope our students can still remember their programming too, I guess, wherein you were able to study about bitwise operation. It is very essential to understand and always remember this one, because even though it's as if it's like a for you it's like a useless topic, but it's really powerful. You can conceal information using this bitwise operation. Okay, so let's go back to our diagram. So the combination or the series of bitwise operation, their combination will be repeated for 12 rounds. Okay, so it will be repeated 12 rounds. And then if we're going back to the activities, after the 12 rounds, we are now down to the third activity, which is block XOR swapping. So block XOR swapping is just basically, swapping the values of our blocks, the values of our blocks. Okay, in our diagram, we have 4 blocks. We have block A, we have block B, we have block C, and we have block D. Now at the lower part of the diagram, which is our ciphertext, our block A now becomes our block B. And then our block D at the upper level now becomes our block D. Okay, now our block C at the upper level now becomes what? Can I ask somebody who can answer me in this one so that I can know if you really understand what I'm talking about here? Our block C at the upper level now becomes our, you can use the chat box if you wanted to answer. Okay. Seems like our students are shy to answer. So our block C now becomes our block. No one wants to answer? Okay, our block C at the upper level now becomes our block A. And then our block D from the upper level now becomes our block C. Okay, so it's just basically, swapping these blocks. Okay, but take note, guys, these blocks has a data or it contains data, okay? Contains data. So our ciphertext now is the combination of these 4 blocks. Okay, now how are we going now to convert our ciphertext to our plain text? First, like I said a while ago, encryption has its counterpart, the decryption. Now, how are we going now to decrypt the ciphertext? Okay, so activities in decrypting process or decryption process is just the alternate operation of our encryption process. First is the block XOR swapping again, and then the division of the pre-processed text or the ciphertext, and then the post-processing of the text. So we can see it's just, as I said a while ago, it's just the alternate operation of the encryption process. Okay, so I hope you guys understand that the discussion regarding the algorithm. So in here, I'm going to show you the simulation program that was used during my dissertation. Actually, for the information of everybody, this ERC5 already has 2 modifications. The first one is I modified this during my dissertation. And the second one is we modified it during, when I came back to our university. So I have my research team with me in modifying the RC5 algorithm. So this is just, a simulation on the enhanced RC5 algorithm. How does it works? Okay, so this is the simulation program. So it has the portion of the key material. Take note, guys, that the key material is generated by the computer or by the algorithm, should I say, and it is not entered by the user or by the person using the simulation. The only thing that is entered in this simulation is the text. So we can put anything that we wanted to conceal or encrypt in this part. Okay, so once we know the text we are going to encrypt, we can just click the encryption button below, and then it will print different encryption or encrypted text in each round. So we have 14 rounds in this one. Okay, so that is our ciphertext. Now, in order to get the plain text, we will now click the decrypt button at the lower level of the simulation program. So, it's just basically converting the encrypted text back to the original text. So if you notice, the execution time actually is in milliseconds. So it is we were able to improve the performance of RC5 algorithm based on the modification that we did in this version of the algorithm. So we were successful in making the speed of RC5 algorithm faster. Okay. So that was the version 1.0 of the enhanced RC5 algorithm. Now I'm going to show you the second simulation or second version of the ERC5 simulation program. So in here, as I said a while ago, we continued my dissertation research together with my team comprised of Ma'am Maricel Pre, Ma'am Krisha Ann Ramirez, and Sir Jesse Ballicera. We are all faculty members of the College of Information Systems of Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University North La Union Campus. So we were able to enhance further the version that I made during my dissertation, because the purpose again is the version I made during my dissertation has an erratic behavior. So it doesn't have the consistent speed. So it can be, if this set of text is encrypted, it can be fast. But if it is longer or it contains more unique characters, it is slower. So we wanted to improve that to make the algorithm more useful for security. So in here, we can enter a string again or text that we wanted to encrypt. And then for added security, we added PIN, or it's just a 4-digit number that will add in the security of the algorithm. So if we wanted to encrypt the text, we can click the encrypt button in the simulation program and will produce ciphertext. It will produce the execution time and then the memory used. Okay, so and then again, if you wanted to decrypt, just click the decrypt button in the simulation program. Okay, so as we notice, the execution time again is in milliseconds. It's faster than the first version. So in order for us to have a more clear comparison of the two algorithms, I'm going to show you the performance comparison of the version 1 and version 2. Sorry, that should be version 2. Okay, so we have the runtime. We tested the runtime speed of both algorithm and its avalanche effect values. So as we can see in the table, ERC5 version 1.0 has an average speed of 9.42 milliseconds, and the ERC5 version 2.0 has 0.46 milliseconds in its encryption process. So it's really faster than the first version. So it has, in encryption speed, it has 95% improvement over the first version of the algorithm, wherein in the decryption speed, it has 97% improvement over the ERC5 version 1.0. Okay, so did we again improve the speed of the algorithm? Of course, with the data presented, we improved the speed of the algorithm. And then on the right side of the slide, we can see the avalanche effect values of both algorithms. So for the information of everybody, avalanche effect values is used by developers, by algorithm modifiers to test if the algorithm is capable of providing enough security in data encryption. Okay, so as we can see, both algorithms passed the threshold of 50%. So, which means that both algorithms are secured as far as avalanche effect is concerned. But honestly, in order to establish ERC5 algorithm as a security algorithm, further evaluation on its security must be conducted. It can be conducted for future studies for other researchers. Okay, so before I will end my discussion, I wanted to give our listeners a takeaway quotation. So it is the information security is, I wanted to emphasize this one. Information security is everyone's responsibility. So when we say everyone, it's not just the people behind our IT infrastructure in the organization, but also you as an employee or as a student of an organization. So do not solely rely in security algorithms or infrastructure along with it, because security algorithms is useless without strong support of organizations' infrastructure. Okay, so let's not rely on those two. Okay, so let me ask you a question. I hope everybody is still, listening at this part of the discussion. When did you last change your account's password? Is it within 6 months or longer? Do you use any part of your name as your password? Do you use your birthday in your password? Do you use same password across all your accounts? So when I say across all your accounts, you have the same password in your social media accounts, your email, and other platforms? Or this one's my favorite. I think the students can relate to this one. Does your boyfriend or girlfriend know your password? Because if any of this question is answered yes, then I think maybe it's time for you to consider upscaling your security measures to protect your data. Because we don't want to see your face or information at the news that your data was used to embezzle money or do something bad. So we don't want that to happen. So it's time for us to secure our information, and let's start with ourselves. Okay, so that being said, thank you guys for listening. I am open for questions. You can just use the chat box for your questions. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you for the presentation, Miss Cabrera. It's very nice presentation from you, even I don't really understand because I'm from civil engineering. Okay, but maybe is there any question for Miss Cabrera? Please, come on, come on. Okay, if not, I will ask maybe from common people, just like common people. What the same question from me to you, like Miss Novita. What do you think about your research? Where will it go to the applied science, or because I don't really understand about IT. I just know how to use, not to make a program or something. Just like that. Okay. Thank you. Please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the question. So, we can actually apply our algorithms in securing our data. For example, in our case, we use our algorithm in securing the information of RFID tags or RFID cards in our system. So we use the enhanced RC5 algorithm version 2.0 in our self-checkout kiosk. It's a system we developed with my team, the people I mentioned earlier in my presentation. We used that to protect the data. The data can include the RFID tags, the password, and the PIN of the person, and other data of the person using the RFID tags. And then you can also, for the students who are already in their capstone project or in their in their higher years, they can use security algorithm modification in their systems, because as I said a while ago, it is an integral part as a developer to always make sure that your data is secured in order for the people like the normal users of the system to feel secured that, okay, my information is secured with this system, so I will keep using. So you will gain loyalty from our users. So we can explore different other algorithms. There are a lot of security algorithms out there, should I say, that we can modify according to the need of our organization. So it's a very interesting direction also of capstone project if we are going to if we are able to modify security algorithm. So that's it, Dr. Putri Angi.
Okay. Okay, thank you for your explanation, Dr. Cabrera. I think your explanation is very clear for me. Okay, from the presentation, we can conclude that from Ms. Mega Novita that her area of research is really important to for us to develop a better LED, and from Ms. Cabrera, we can learn about RC5 algorithm for RFID, I think. Okay. If there is no question from other student, I hope that all of our extraordinary presenter, we can gain a lot of new knowledge, and maybe if there is someone who wants to ask further and more in-depth question later, you can directly contact our presenter, yeah, outside of this event. Okay. Thank you for your attention and participation. Don't forget to fill the presence list. Okay. Thank you. Is there something that you want to say, Miss Novita?
Oh yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Angi, Dr. Axel Cabrera. It's very nice. Do we still have Dr. Roda here? All right. Dr. Roda, are you listening to me?
Yes, Dr. Mega.
Okay, so we still have 2 more sessions for tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. So I hope the today's participants will also join for the next 2 sessions. Yeah, from tomorrow will be on the same time, 13 Jakarta time or 14 Philippines time, and will be the same time also for the day after tomorrow. So we will last until Friday. Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Friday. So we have 4 days in a row. So you guys don't skip every single session of the lecture series, because we have here Dr. Roda already arranged everything for us. So don't disappoint her. Yeah.
Dr. Mega, your certificate. We have to issue your. We have
Oh,
to.
yeah. Do you have my certificate now?
It's in our drive, Dr. Mega.
All right. So I will download later.
Yeah, and then
Okay. So once again, thank you very much, Dr. Roda, Dr. Excel, Dr. Angi, and everyone who joined this event today. I hope to see you again tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, because we still have 4 days in a row series. And Dr. Angi will not join us for next Friday, so I don't know who will be the moderator from our side, but yeah, we will manage to have the moderator on Friday. But Dr. Roda, how about tomorrow? Everyone will be ready?
yes,
From
Dr.
your side?
Mega.
Who will be the moderator? You again?
No,
No.
one
Okay.
of our brilliant faculty member of the college, Miss
Okay, yeah.
Sandra Ramirez is with us today
Okay.
to, of course, monitor and have an idea of how the program goes and flows.
Okay.
Tomorrow, Professor Krisha Ramirez will join you and the other speakers.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I will look forward for tomorrow series. I hope to see you again in very fit condition. Yeah, especially me. I got sore throat now become worse because I talk 1 hour non-stop. Sorry. Yeah, I will try my best to get recover very soon. So I think that's all for today, and this gonna be the end of today's meeting. Thank you very much once again, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Excel. Thank you, Dr. Mega. And thank you, Dr. Kunting.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.